How are you all doing today? Good? Hope you all are enjoying the day. Anyone enjoying these cold temperatures like I am? I love the cold. Thank you. I'm going to Flagstaff on Sunday. I'm scared, but I'm also very excited. So let's talk about networking. When I say that word, kind of raise your hand, give me a thumbs up. If you love networking, you know what it is. And give me a thumbs down if you're like, it's the worst thing ever. So let's see, thumbs up or thumbs down? Okay, I'm seeing a mixture. Oh, and I got some halfway. I'll take that too. Can I have someone call out and just tell me, because this is going to be a very engaging session. Don't have a lot of PowerPoint, don't have any, because we're going to be playing games and interacting the whole time. So can someone tell me, what is networking? Yeah, tell us. Cool. So I heard connecting with individuals in your field, connecting with teachers, other individuals you said who might be in your career that you want to go into, just connecting with people in general. What else can we add to networking? Yeah.
Putting your name out there.
Putting your name out there, perfect. Yeah.
I would say putting an emphasis on like being easy to remember or like something unique about you.
I like that. I heard putting an emphasis on something that people will remember you by, putting your name out there and something memorable. I capture that well?
Yeah.
I like it. What else? Anybody else? What's networking? Anybody else think anything different? Who? Did I see another hand? No?
I think it's all about impressions.
It's on impressions.
Like, the impressions you make on people.
Yeah.
The type of like, you know, I don't know what's called, like energy or sort of like connection that you make with somebody to make them want to tell somebody else about like you.
Cool.
And you know, your attributes maybe.
I like that. That could be the energy you give off. It's something that people are going to want to introduce you to other people for. They're going to remember you by. It's kind of what you give out to the universe. I like that. All right, so we're going to start by doing an activity. If I can get the papers passed along now. We're going to play essentially networking bingo. And what this is you're going to be getting some papers that are going to be floating through right now. There's going to be different questions for you to answer. What's your favorite hobby? What's your favorite food? What does your future career look like? You're going to give a very simple, probably a one-word answer where it says the line me. And then in a second, we're going to get up and move around and find people who match our answers. It's going to be a very quick activity. Hopefully one where we're going to meet some new people. So as they're being passed along, and the line where it says me, I can fill in the gap over here. All right, in the line where it says me, you're going to write that about yourself. And I'll give some examples. So for example, where it says major, fill in what your major is where it says me. If you don't have one, undetermined, still thinking, that's absolutely okay. There are no wrong answers. For your hometown, put where you're from, put your state, whatever you would like. Favorite hobby. So again, we're looking for kind of quick answers here where hopefully we can find a match in this room. Does everyone have a sheet of paper? All right, about 10 more seconds. Hopefully this is the easiest non-graded quiz you've ever taken in your life. All right, I'm seeing a lot of utensils down. So you've all filled out the me part, correct? Your goal is to find other people in this room who have an answer that matches yours. You can only have one person per box, meaning you can't have the person next to you match everything. Then you're a cheater, and that's not fair. So I want you to go around this room, find someone whose answers match as close as possible. Does not have to be exact, it's okay. The goal here is to meet some new people. Everyone on these tables on the outside as well are all fair game. Everyone in this room is fair game. So your goal is to fill your box. As soon as you do that, we're gonna give about 5 minutes and then have a seat right back down. That's how I know you've finished. Sound good? And go have fun. See you in 5 minutes.
Well, it's easy.
All right, so as you're all sitting down, if I just told you that you physically just participated in the act of networking, how was that? That was fun. Do any of you believe that that was networking? Or anyone saying that was not networking? Anyone think it wasn't? Well, let me tell you, you just participated. I feel like a round of applause. You just all networked. I'm sure for some of you, you do this every day. For some of you, this might be new or just hearing the concept of networking. Just like we talked about, networking is about meeting people and putting yourself out there. So a question with the activity, what was the easiest match to find? Call it out. Shoe size? What else? Yeah.
Industry you want to be in.
Industry you want to be in. Perfect. What else was easy? Favorite color? Yeah, absolutely. Everyone likes blue, right? Yeah. Your major. And on the flip side, what was really hard? Anyone really struggle with one in particular? Yeah.
Favorite animal.
Favorite animal?
Career, hometown, favorite color.
You had a few.
Favorite store.
Okay, a few. So it sounds like you found some that were easy and some that were difficult. Okay, yeah.
I think the overarching, most difficult one to find was the strongest skill.
Strongest skill.
That a lot of us think a lot of similar things.
Yeah.
But not a lot of the same things.
Yep.
Kind of things that fall in the same category. And also we have just so many skills that we
Yep.
can put down. So it's just
Yep, strongest skill can be hard because how do you hone in on one? Because you're all so talented, right? So there's just so many to choose. Let's see, how do any of you think what you just did could help any of you in some way down the line? An internship, in a job? How does this seem like it could really go into practice? Yeah.
So I met up with another Chinese language student that I didn't even know was here.
Okay.
So that one can build up a friendship.
Yeah.
We can help each other out.
Love it. So she met someone who's also in the same major as her, a Chinese major who didn't know before, and now you can build up a friendship, build up some camaraderie from someone you didn't previously know. Anybody else meet somebody new or have a conversation that you're looking forward to continuing? Yeah.
If you meet somebody new, they might recognize you down the line.
Yes.
We should hire this person.
Yes, if you meet someone new and they recognize you down the line, absolutely. And of course they're going to want to hire you. Why wouldn't they? Duh. Yeah. You met a professor? You met a professor, you're going to be taking their class. Awesome. That's a guaranteed A. Duh. It's fantastic. It's perfect. Anybody else make a new connection just now with someone you didn't know before? Just a raise of hands. Anyone meet somebody new? Yeah, quite a few of you did. Great. What would be the most beneficial connection on your grid and why? Yeah.
I'd say either major or industry.
Major, industry, and why?
Because that's where you're both going in the future.
Yep.
So your paths are more likely to cross over each other again.
Totally. So major or kind of industry you want to go into because your paths are more likely to cross in the future. Yeah.
For me, I made a connection off my ideal career and found out the person I was talking to, that's actually their brother's ideal career too.
Okay.
So we were able to connect, and that was cool because I thought it was a pretty unique thing.
Yeah.
So
Perfect. So you connected with someone whose brother is interested in something similar that you are, and maybe there's a chance to connect you both to see what the future can bring career-wise. That's great. Who else? Anybody else make a connection with someone that you didn't expect, didn't know, or you already know has value to it, just from the quick game? Anybody else? Yeah. Connected with your professor? Perfect. Great. So what if I told you, hang on, let me get to the page. I need more hands. So what if I told you that approximately 80% of jobs today are not advertised? How in the world would you find out about those jobs if they're not advertised? Yeah. Through internal channels? Knowing someone, yes. How else? If 80% of jobs are not advertised, how in the world are you going to find out about them? Yeah.
and then they tell you the opportunity, or they have the opportunity and let you shadow.
Yep. So you find someone who has an opportunity and you learn from them, you shadow from them, maybe they're thinking of you. Yep. Anybody else? Yeah. Totally. Reaching out to a company and asking what their open positions are. This can be for jobs, this can be for internships, this can be for anything that you really want to get your foot into. Absolutely. Did you know that 60% of job hunters find their new jobs with the help of friends and family members or acquaintances? So who here in this room maybe just met someone that you think, oh, think about that. If that's 60% of job hunters find their job from others they know, anyone think someone in this room today could help you find that new job or that new internship? Absolutely. So I can tell you that in my current role, I've been there just about 5 years. So I do work in the I work in the development fundraising world, and I work for a disability organization. And I can tell you that I never applied for my job. I'm like, who's in the room? No one knows. Okay, I'm all good. I'm safe. So I actually told one friend one day that, I just wasn't sure if I was in the right field or something was missing. And she goes, well, let me keep an eye out for you. Literally 3 hours later, she calls me and said, hey, so I just spoke to someone who knows someone who knows someone, and I think you should talk to this person. And fast forward 3 weeks later, and I was sitting in a brand new desk in a brand new role. So I am proof to tell you that sometimes the jobs aren't advertised yet because they already have someone in mind or someone knows someone who'd be a great fit. How amazing would that be to, yes, have a resume up to date, have a great headshot because you need that on your LinkedIn, but how great would it be if you didn't have to apply? Wouldn't that be nice? So one more activity I'd like to do is we're just going to kind of work ideally with someone next to you. You're welcome to work solo. And what I want you to do okay, so like I said, it could be in a small group, it could be individually. What I want you to do is think of 5 strategies that you might use when looking for an internship or a job. Who are you going to talk to? Where are you going to look? How are you going to use the internet? How are you going to use your professors, your colleagues? I want you to think of 5 strategies. You're welcome to work with someone next to you, a small group, individually. We got 5 strategies. I'm going to give you about 3 minutes, pretty fast, okay? So 5 strategies of how you can land your next internship, your next job, what you're going to do. And go. Got 3 minutes. All right, so who would like to share? I'd love to share as many of these as we possibly can in the next few minutes. So who's got when ready to go? Okay, I'll give you the mic. You're close.
Hello. So one of my strategies was emailing companies or people directly.
Perfect.
I have a friend who emailed a neurosurgeon, and now she can shadow for his surgeries.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Awesome. Thank you. The hand? Yeah.
Just going to the places and talking in person, so reaching out like face to face and having connections like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Presenting yourself authentically, because you want them to know what you're capable of, and you want them to know that you are ready to learn. You just want to be as genuine as possible.
Perfect. Yeah.
Also, like being informed about the internship that you're getting into, prior to like when you present yourself, just being informed about what they do or like what you're getting into.
Perfect. Should I keep moving along? What do we got? Who's got one?
Well, we were talking about like solidifying relationships with your professors, like before you leave, to like have those letters of rec already done and ready to present. And I also think it can kind of, at least when I reached out to professors for it, it made me kind of think of like, what are they going to say about me? And then can I channel putting those skills in my own resume on my own?
Perfect. Anyone else done that before? Been a part of a program or a class and you asked the professor or the leader, the facilitator for a letter of recommendation? Yeah, anyone else done that? If not, great idea. You're gonna want some letters of recommendation in your file or with you. I love that. Yeah.
Expanding like through family. If your family knows people, friends of friends, like I know my dad and my sister frequent networking events and I could go with them sometimes and that helps branch out.
Perfect.
Your way.
And everyone has a network. I know it's kind of weird. Sometimes think of your mom or your dad or your grandmother, or your aunt, or your sister, but everyone knows some people. Everyone knows people, and you never know when that one person can help you. It's perfect.
I just said asking people questions.
Yeah.
Like the other day I was on the bus and I was sitting next to someone and I was like, what do you do for work? And he was like, I'm a doctor actually. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I want to do. So then I was like asking him a bunch of questions about that and I got his business card.
Cool.
So kind of just like asking people about themselves, I think sometimes opens those doors.
Amazing. My follow-up to that, does everyone here have a LinkedIn profile? Hopefully, if not, your homework today is go create one. Did you add them on LinkedIn?
I did.
Amazing.
Woo.
Amazing. Want to share one?
Sure, just
along those lines, make a quick friend.
Yep, absolutely. All right, who else?
I think going to career fairs and meeting recruiters is super important because they're the ones with the jobs. Like, they know what's
Yes.
up.
Yes.
I have to second that. I did the exact same thing and I got a card, a business card.
Perfect. Everyone here attending internship or job fairs yet? Have some people been attending those? I actually got my first job. I went to the Humanities Career Fair. I worked at Target. It didn't last very long, but you know what? Sometimes you need a job when you graduate and you're living and learning to see if it's the right fit. I still love Target. I still shop there. I just didn't want to work there, but I found that from going to a career fair.
I think I'll consult as many as professor in my department because I'm going to apply a teaching job.
Yes.
And I have much experience in applying that.
Perfect. So you want to get into teaching so you're connecting with your professors now. Perfect. Want to share one?
Sure. I think utilizing social media is really important. And also, like everybody kind of said, like connecting with professors and stuff like that. Or just like old friend that like, like alumni essentially. I'm a yapper. I just love talking to people. So I will yap to my professors, yap in emails and stuff like that. So I just feel like communication and social media really, really important.
So let's talk about social media here. How many of you have a social media profile? Tell me what kind of profiles, what platforms are you on? Instagram, what else? TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. So my question for all of you, how many of you think that whatever you post, it magically erases itself and no one will be able to ever see it again? So here is my tip for you. As someone who hires people a lot, all the time, I Google you. I want to see what you're doing and everything about you. So I'm going to try to find you on every platform I can. There's no way to really erase anything on social media. Even if you think you quickly deleted it, someone might have grabbed it and somewhere it's living in the internet verse. I say this not to scare you, but have fun with social media. I heard over here, like show your authentic self, but also be really mindful. Just be mindful that in 10 years, that post can come up again. So again, not trying to scare you, but me as someone who hires people, I stalk the heck out of people who I want to work for me because I want to know all about them. I saw your hand up. Is it Anais? Is that your name?
Yeah.
Did I scare you? A little bit, but that's okay.
I forgot this was like a presenting one instead of like a back and forth, conversation.
Yeah.
Presentation. But I just wanted to add on to your thing because one thing that I was raised with was my mom saying, whatever you want to post online, be aware that in 10 years, like someone will see it.
Yep.
So just pay attention.
Yep. Perfect. So she got the advice that pay attention because in 10 years, someone can find what you posted from 10 years ago. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, so me and Hayden have gone to study abroad in Italy to
Okay.
study like art history. So a lot of our Instagram posts are more the personal side of that. But if that came up in some kind of background check, that would still show that we like did study abroad and learned and did
Which
all
is
that.
perfect. So they said they both studied abroad in Italy. It sounds like had some phenomenal experiences. So they're well aware that if someone searches them, they're going to see that. That's perfect. I love people who are aware of other cultures, who are studying, who want to learn. I think that's a huge win. And again, just be mindful of what you're doing in your pictures or in your posts. Sorry to scare you. We'll continue with the good stuff. Networking is fun. All right, you got a strategy?
Yeah, it's kind of like bouncing off others. I said talk to your professor, email, and network because
Perfect.
when I studied abroad in Korea, I made a connection with a professor, and through him, I got to do a project even after the study abroad with him, like remotely.
Okay.
So it was a really good networking
Awesome.
moment for me.
Yeah. You just never know when you're going to meet someone who can help you along the way. So not everyone has to go, but who else wants to?
I can go.
Okay.
We were also sorry.
No, go take it.
sorry.
Go for it.
We were also thinking like taking some sort of certification or like courses that maybe would kind of like broaden your horizons, I guess. Like we were thinking of like the interpreting. There's like a test that you can take. So like if you know Spanish and you know English and you feel comfortable in it, you can take a certification and then reach out to like
Totally.
interpreters.
Yeah. And if any of you know another language or want to share that on social media, do that. Like brag about yourself, post something in a different language, and really show off your skills and show off your talents and all that. Absolutely. Want to share? Yeah.
Yeah, like especially when like considering your professors, it's like a lot of them have been in the field for like years and years, you know. And so it's like that comes with connections and that comes with knowing people in the right place sometimes. So it's always worth it kind of like to reach out to them to see if they know anybody with like something going on that you can be a part of, you know.
It's a perfect example. If any of you, but for example, wanted to go to Italy one day and you're trying to figure out who's been to Italy to help me plan a trip or figure out study abroad, I bet if you put it out and cast a wide enough net, you're going to find someone who can help you. All right, I'm going to move along. Sorry, I'm in the back. Anyone here want to share a strategy that wasn't mentioned yet? Yeah.
Kind of going off the social media part, but using social media as a tool to like research your employer or your future potential employer, so you can kind of get how they're presenting themselves and how they want to be seen by people. And you can also look at who is followers and maybe find other people in the field that you might want to connect with.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. Anybody else that has something different? Yeah.
Keeping up with the connections you're making, so you won't like. So if you have a professor your freshman year and you want to connect with them or have a letter of rec later on, you can keep up with them.
Yes. Keeping up. Absolutely. And I saw a hand over here. Yeah.
I said like expand what you think you know, kind of what like Brittany and Stephanie were talking about earlier. Don't like have a closed mind, but kind of keep all options open.
Absolutely. Thank you. And yeah.
I said always have the desire to learn and grow.
Perfect.
Like expanding your skills.
Yep. Absolutely. Anybody else have something that wasn't mentioned? Yeah.
Just kind of building off of something earlier with study abroad, that you can, expand your network even overseas and abroad. Because I know whenever I studied abroad in Italy, I made great connections with my Italian professors there that I still talk to today, which could give me opportunities in Europe in the future.
Yes.
So studying abroad is definitely a very valuable experience
Yes.
for networking.
Absolutely. I think my biggest tip for networking is one, to make sure your LinkedIn is up to date, that you've got a great headshot. If you don't already, have it taken. It's important. I don't know if any of you have tried connecting with someone, their headshot's from like 10 years ago and you don't recognize them. So having a current one is great. And with everyone you're meeting today, all these individuals at the tables around the tables, add these people on LinkedIn. They want to help you. I know we have Teach for America here today. What a phenomenal resource. They've got networks all over the country. So you could hypothetically reach out to them and say, hey, I want to move to Philadelphia. Can you help me out? And I guarantee anyone there is going to want to help you. Hey, Teach for America. So for everyone around these tables, make sure you're adding them. If I really were to say, what is the secret sauce? If I were to say what really makes networking great, it's you being your authentic self, and it's meeting people continuously. And it's never thinking I have enough connections, I'm good. Because it just takes one person to see something amazing in you and know that they have a role that they want to put you in or connect you with someone, and your world just expands. So, a few closing questions as we wrap up. Everyone ready for lunch pretty soon? Me too. I love food. All right. So from the beginning, about 40 minutes ago, anyone's kind of opinion or thoughts about networking changed even the slightest? Kind of maybe a thumbs up, thumbs in the middle, thumbs down. Anyone's opinion or thoughts of networking changed? Anyone feeling way better about it now? Just the idea of networking. Anyone walk in like, I hate networking? Okay, I'm seeing some thumbs up. A few of you are still like, I don't know. That's okay. What are a few ways? So leaving here today, having some takeaways. What are something you can do, maybe 2 steps that you can do after leaving this to help you build up your network more? What is an action step you can do right away? Yes. Clean up your social media. Yes.
Hey, I'm just saying, I'm gonna
And if you don't want to clean up, just be more mindful moving forward. Just be more mindful. Absolutely. What else? Yeah. Go to office hours. Yes. Take advantage of that time that people want to give you. Yes. Increase your connections on LinkedIn. Everyone you've met today, everyone around this room, your professors, individuals you already have internships, add those people. Yeah. What'd you say? Send that DM. Yes, exactly. If any of you were to add me on LinkedIn, it's up there. If any of you need anything, because you're from the U of A, I'm going to help you, hands down. I'm going to do anything I can. When someone reaches out to me and we have that U of A connection, I don't even care anything about them. The answer is yes. How can I help you? Because I want more wildcats exceeding in life. What else? Who else has got an action step from today that you can take? Anybody else? Are you all excited to go conquer the world and network now? No? Don't be scared. All right, so we'll leave it on that. If someone says, I'm scared, what advice are you going to give someone now who says, I'm scared of networking or I'm scared of this? Yeah, Annie. Yeah, if you don't try, you're already failing. You know that game we played at the beginning? Did any of those help you all to connect with someone really quickly? How fast could you go up to someone and just be like, hey, what are you studying? And boom, you've got a connection. Or maybe you don't, but you learn something about that person. Or you see someone wearing a really nice red top and you love red and you're like, oh, I love your shirt, I love the color red. You can make a connection. I know something else we talked about was career industry, or on the bingo, on that game that was there. So imagine meeting someone like a doctor on a bus and finding out, hey, I want to do that too, and just starting a connection. The idea with networking is where can you start a quick connection? Love the shoes you're wearing. Hey, what are you studying? Where are you off to right now that we're both in transit somewhere? So try to find a little connection and build off that. So I hope today you all took something away, got excited about networking, learned a little bit more. Make sure you're your authentic self, have fun, and you just never know where that next door is going to open. So thank you all for joining.